Welcome, welcome, welcome to the topic where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our programs, and reach into the community. I'm your host today. My name is Parrish Murphy. We've got a great show for you today with a lot of wonderful hosts. Medical biotechnology, remember that word. It's an integrated discipline with applications in detecting, diagnosing, and treating a range of conditions and diseases all the way from COVID-19 to cancer. Houston Community College's Coleman College of Health Sciences offers a path in a growing field. We're here joined by one of our favorite people, Dr. Phillip Nicotera, president of the Coleman College. Dr. Nicotera, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Parrish. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's always good to see you. I'm always seeing you at the lens of a camera, but it's always good to get an opportunity to talk with you sometimes at the board meetings. I got some questions for you. So this is a whole new thing, at least for me. What is medical biotechnology?
So medical biotechnology is using different types of therapy different types of therapy to treat patients. Number one, that's the end result. And so we can use it for diagnosis, for therapy. It is looking at taking either gene therapy or cellular therapy or biomedical technology and imposing it in the care of the patient. So one of the things right now in which it's really important, or what we're seeing in the Houston area, is the development of biotechnology.
Okay, now when we think technology, obviously we think more mechanical, we think computerized.
Yeah.
But bio is, I guess I just don't necessarily make the correlation sometimes about our bodies being a technology.
Right, and it can be confusing because I think there's two areas. Sometimes when we talk about biotechnology, we can confuse that with individuals that are working in healthcare facilities that are taking care of the sophisticated equipment. And so the technology that's used in the diagnosis and treatment of patients, that I'll for the lack of better terms, I'll say the machinery needs to be calibrated, needs to be fixed. And so that is where we might interchange the term biomedical technology. Mm-hmm. Okay. However, there's another branch which deals with, again, working with cells and genes to develop new treatments and new ways of diagnosing diseases. So what we're doing at Coleman is the latter. We're working with cells and gene therapies for the diagnosis and treatment of patients.
Great. Now, what type of role does this play in healthcare now? Because this kind of changes the whole dynamic of what we do.
Well, yes, it definitely. So I think some of the things that we've heard about in the news is really looking at targeting specific types of therapies for patients. So more in terms of trying to customize how we treat patients based on their unique characteristics. And so part of what we do in biotechnology in this particular area is in that. In terms of we were able to determine using cell therapy, better ways of treating diseases. So if you really think about it, and as much as we look at, one of the things that we always want to do in the United States and throughout the world is eradicate certain diseases such as cancer. Okay, and that's one in which using cell therapies we will target in terms of our research.
Okay, now HCC, this just sounds like another great program that we have here at HCC. What credentials does HCC offer in this particular program?
So currently, we're offering what is known as an advanced technical certificate. So students are coming in to the program with a degree in a science field. And then they're getting the advanced technical certificate. However, what we're currently working on is an associate degree, an associate of applied science in biomedical technology that we hope will be able to offer within a year. And so that will open up the opportunity not only for those that already have a degree, but for those that are interested in the field and want to get an associate degree in the field.
Great. Now, what does the demand for these workers look like? Because obviously this is something that's a new field and it still sounds like it's kind of developing. What does the job market look like?
So I think the job market is very going to be very robust, and it is now. We always know from our advisory committee. So we have an advisory committee of those that are out in the community in the field. And so we already know that they're looking for employees to work in their either hospitals or facilities. Mm-hmm. But, excuse me, one of the things the Texas Medical Center is investing billions of dollars in a large research community within the medical center. It's going to be called Helix. And so there will be many research labs that will be developed by major universities and healthcare providers in the Houston community, which will create a need for qualified employees to fill and help them in those research centers. One other thing that I'm going to mention here is that the Houston community is looking to put together a proposal to attract biomedical companies to Houston. Mm-hmm. So whether it's pharmaceutical industries or other types of biotechnical companies, in order for us to do that, there needs to be a training center and a pipeline of employees that will attract these companies to come to Houston. So we're working in the community on a couple of proposals to be a part of that.
Great. Now, really quick, I want to squeeze in two quick questions before I go. From a salary standpoint, are we looking at high-end salaries or low-end salaries?
I am going to defer that one to Dr. Mittal, who's probably much better versed on that one, and I don't want to quote an incorrect number.
And I'll ask him. Now, artificial intelligence is about to become very significant in our lives. How is biotechnology going to shape our world today?
In artificial intelligence?
No, I'm saying I know artificial intelligence is going to become very relevant. Yeah. This sounds like biotechnology is going to become as relevant. Real quick, can you let me know how it's going to kind of shape our world?
Yeah, no doubt. Because of being able to customize treatments and being able to, again, look at new diagnostic types of procedures, it will revolutionize the things that we've done in the past. Mm-hmm. So treating a cancer with a chemotherapy that kills all of the cells in your blood, when we can target it just to kill certain cells, that's going to revolutionize how we do things. Just as one example.
That is absolutely awesome. His name is Dr. Phillip Nicotera. He is president of our Coleman College. Dr. Nicotera, thank you for your time. I know you're a busy man, but it's always wonderful talking to you because I feel like I learn something every time I talk to you, sir. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Parrish, and you'll learn a lot more from your next two interviews. So.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Good. Thank you for having me. Yep.
Absolutely. When we come back, we'll take a deep dive into the HCC Medical Biotechnology program. Stay tuned.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
For more than a year, we have kept you informed with more than 500 remote episodes. But now we're back, bigger and better with more news and more guests. Join us live every weekday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and on HCC TV at noon and 5 p.m. You can watch from anywhere. We go where you go.
Welcome back to the topic. We're exploring medical biotechnology today, and we're joined by Dr. Chandra, Mittal, Program Director. How are you doing today, Dr. Mittal?
Right. Absolutely.
Now, I just finished talking with Dr. Nicotera, and I got to ask you, this whole biotechnology field, what are the salaries looking like? He told me to ask you. He dumped it on you. What will the salaries look like? Obviously, this is something that's brand new, and he was telling me that the medical center is investing billions of dollars into this. Are these going to be high-end salaries or mid-level salaries? Can you talk to me a little bit about that quickly?
These salaries, medium income is about $55,000, ranges between $45,000 to $65,000. So that's a salary range for these. Right.
Great. Now, what kind of students are well-suited for this line of work?
The students who have, our program is right now Advanced Technical Certificate, which requires a student to have a associate degree minimum or higher. And along with having the 3 courses in biology and 2 courses in chemistry as a prerequisite before they are admitted in the program. But as a practical matter, all of our students are with the Ph.D., with the master's and the bachelor's. So that's the reality of it. We just completed first cohort, and we just graduated 4 students who were in our first inaugural cohort, and they are in high demand by the industry. And they are being absorbed very quickly, and we are looking forward to the second one starting next week, as a matter of fact.
Great. So a student would have to have some prerequisites out of the way before they start this particular program.
Right. That is a prerequisite qualification in terms of the qualifications before they can be admitted in Advanced Technical Certificate. But as Dr. Nicotera was just mentioning, next year we hope to start associate degree program as well, where of course the students will come in after high school.
That'd be great. That would be absolutely outstanding.
Absolutely.
Now, if you could describe the kinds of hands-on work that students will be doing in this particular program.
The students, we of course train them in terms of hands-on skills. They will be learning what we call microanalysis of the biological systems. And when I say micro, it is really micro because in the human body, which is a very sensitive chemical machine, things happen at a very, very minute, almost fictional amounts that we cannot, in general, cannot see our eyes or feel them. So this is what is called microanalysis of biological systems. And then in that, in fact, if I may very quickly make a mention here, biotechnology, in fact, is an amalgamation of 4 different technologies. It's not one technology. So what our program has is really courses in all these 4 individual technologies, so that these 4 technologies get integrated into whether it is a diagnostic product manufacturing or R&D or a therapeutic material, as Dr. Nicotera was mentioning. Nowadays, the personalized medicine, cell medicine, and gene therapy is becoming slowly a good thing. So all these technologies come together in order to create these integrated aspects of treatment.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Now, how does HCC help students get started in this particular career? Do you guys offer clinical workshops, internships, or jobs?
We have internships built in our program. In addition to that, we have what we call a capstone course, where we give students exposure to new fields which are still, because it's a very dynamic area. For example, we have just finished a special topic capstone course called biomanufacturing. So because this is a big thing going to be, in fact, if I may very quickly mention, according to the data from the White House in Washington, D.C., President Biden has just signed last year an executive order for medical biotechnology and biomanufacturing. So we are very excited about it. Biotechnology field is going to add 1 million more people in the working field by year 2030. This is going to be globally a economy, bioeconomy will be maybe $10 trillion, very big amount of money globally. So we are, of course, focusing at Texas Medical Center on the medical side of things, which is going to be expanding. We have many new companies setting up shop in Houston in terms of R&D, in terms of manufacturing. We have a working relationship with these companies. In fact, our student, we will talk to her in a second, Uyen. She's already working with one of the very dynamic companies in the field of cell therapy, as an example. So we are very excited, and there are many other companies. There is a company called Lonza. We partner with them. We visit them. In fact, they are also considering our student for job opportunities there. So we are quite excited about all these.
That's great. Dr. Mittal, you look like a proud papa when you talk about this type of stuff. You know, I know it's going to be rewarding, but what do you find most fun and rewarding about leading this particular program?
Well, what I liked about this program, in fact, I created this program for the college with all these state approvals and everything else. Biotechnology, I have been doing biotechnology for 50 years.
50 years? It's been around 50 years?
Exactly,
Wow.
50.
Okay.
That is when I started my graduate school. And after that, I was trained as a fellow. Then I became a 20 years faculty member in medical colleges. And then I have done my own research, received a Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1998.
Wow.
Well known. And I'm very excited. I'm very passionate. It is my hobby and my passion and my profession, all three together. So you can imagine the level of
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we are glad to have you, Dr. Mittal, and we're glad you're associated with the university and the college, and also glad that you're heading this because, you know, somebody that's excited about doing this type of stuff, this is going to be infectious to the kids that come through. Now, once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us. And listen, come back when you get this going. We'd like to find out the progress and all this other stuff, and we'd love to talk to you about it again. So please don't be a stranger.
I would like to welcome the TV cameras in our lab when the students are actually doing the work. You would love to see what they do.
We'd love to see it. Let us know. We'll come out and we'll tape them and let people know exactly what you're doing over there.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. His name is Dr. Chandra Mittal, and he is the program director for this great program of medical biotechnology here at Houston Community College. Thanks for joining us today, Dr. Mittal.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
When we return, we will meet a student who is in this program and get a student perspective of this great program that we have here at Houston Community College. Stay tuned.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to the topic. We're exploring medical Biotechnology today. We're joined by Uyen Dao, a student in the program currently working on an internship. Uyen, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm very good. And how about you?
I'm good. I woke up this morning. That's always a great start. I want to ask you from a student perspective. Now, I've spoken with two of the instructors. How did you discover this program?
So I have associate in biology already. So I want to study in some kind of aspect related to biology and technology also. So I found this new program from the HCC website and I want to give it a chance. And I think I chose the right path for me.
It sounds like a program for the smart kids, especially the smart kids who are excited about learning about technology. What has the program been like since you've been in it?
So for biotechnology, there's 4 courses that principal to that is immunotherapy, molecular biology, cell culture, and bioinformatics. So it's all creative to this course. This whole program that brings us into the workforce.
Great. Now, is it challenging to put all of this stuff together? Because I know we were talking to Dr. Mittal, and he was telling us, about the 4 different elements that are a part of this. Is it difficult to kind of put this all together? How do you make it make sense?
Yeah, I think the more hardest thing to put them together is how that they create this program and have us actually doing the work hands-on, because all of the equipment is very expensive and it's hard to find on the like the sample from patient. We couldn't find them on the market, and we actually have to mimic that to do the study.
Okay, you break, you buy, huh?
Yes, we did.
Now, what have you enjoyed the most about this program?
Yeah, I absolutely love the hands-on skill, and we practice a lot on the skill like ELISA, PCR, DNA extraction, which is very valuable to us to find the job on the workforce.
Okay, great. Now tell us about the current internship that you're on right now.
So right now I'm working as intern for CMCBD as Imatics company who working on the T-cell therapy for cancer.
Great. Now what is it you actually do?
So actually, the most thing that I perform is ELISA, which I have already learned from Dr. Mittal in the program. But I also learning a lot more about flow cytometry and more skills on the work. So it's
great. Now, what do you hope to do after graduation with all of the things that you're learning?
Absolutely, I want
other than get a job.
Yeah, to get a job, absolutely. But I also want to work something related to cancer field where I can use my knowledge to helping people.
That is great. And do you see the biotechnology making really big strides as far as cancer research and developing, cures as well as better treatments for cancer?
Yes, for medical biotechnology, yes. They have working on a lot of different disease and like diabetes, cancer, all kind of disease, even though some of them are not discovered yet. And
okay, well, that's a wonderful thing. Now, what advice would you give students that are considering this particular field, or if there's a young student out there who's wondering what is interesting and what's new in the medical field? What advice would you give to them if they were considering this field?
So you definitely need some basic principle from biology and chemistry. And if you want to work in the lab like me, you're gonna want to enjoy this program.
Okay. Now, what if you're not in the medical field? Would this be something that you would suggest for someone who just likes research and someone who likes lab work?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. They do have a lot of job which just technique skill working on. So I don't think like for engineering people, they may have interesting in this program also because they work a lot with the machine and analyzes the results. So.
Okay, well, that's great. Well, listen, we would like to wish you good luck, and by all means, we'd love to talk to you again once you finish and get a job and let us know what you're doing. Let us know that you're curing cancer and curing diabetes, please. We'd definitely love to have you back on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I believe that is going to do it for us. Thank you for joining us on the topic. For more information on any of the stuff that you heard, go to hccs.edu/podcast. That is hccs.edu/podcast. We know you have other alternatives in your viewing pleasure. We are truly honored that you chose us here today. For all the good people that helped put this topic on HCC TV, I am Parrish Murphy. You have a wonderful day.
When the last bell rings, don't stress about what comes next. At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. From healthcare to tech, or business to the arts. Open the door to HCC Real World Education, where passions become careers. Find more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look,